Hey Scorpio, this is Jeffrey. This is Ripecolor. This is your reading for the last week of the year, December 25th through the 31st. There might be some background noise. I cannot help it. They're doing construction in the building. And there's some kid that lives in the building. There are a lot of kids who live in the building. And it must be a boy. I don't know how old he is or what apartment, but he likes the drama, that one. He really likes the drama. I haven't even met the kid and I identify with him. Like, he keeps on doing it. I hope he gets what he wants. So interestingly, I'm doing these on the 21st. I'm taping them on the 21st. And I just did a video with Sheila Celtic Tarot. And a lot of times the light above me has this ray and it's really confusing. And if I keep the curtains closed, the curtains are red, so I look really pink, which is nice, but weird. You hear the kid? I don't know if you can hear it. Um, he's really dramatic. I can't wait to meet him in the hallway one day. Because I'm gonna encourage it. So I opened the curtains and it's like, look, and I think that's the message. The message is open up and let the light in. And yesterday I had a really strange day. I had a really, really, really strange day. Like I couldn't really center myself. And I was just sort of all over the place. I just really wasn't grounded. I kept on trying to ground myself. And I did energy work on myself and I meditated. And it's like, this is just a weird day. And I almost started doing the water videos last night. And I was like, no, wait. So here we are. So let the light in. Nice message. Okay. Yep. There we go. There we go. All right. I'm going to have to listen to this video because the kid's too loud. I'm going to have to redo it, which I really don't want to do. All right. We start with the Judgment card. The Judgment card is the second to last card in the deck. The Judgment card is, I always understand as incorporating the lesson totally and thoroughly and hearing a new voice, right? It's almost like this voice of, you've done a good job. It's time to move forward. You understood your lesson. This is like understanding the lesson completely and thoroughly and totally. And, you know, the union of the cross is really very profound. So it's the vertical and the horizontal meeting. The vertical represents spirit coming down, or, you know, us going up, or a tree. And then the horizontal is the material plane. And it's really the union of those, which is really about being in the here and now, being in this body, in this incarnation, in this moment, in this feeling, in this reading. And it's through that understanding and that calling and that hearing, because this is Gabriel, right? Deliverer of messages, that you're reborn without having to die. Then I have the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands has this energy of let's get started, let's do it, new creativity, new fertility, new ideas that you're going to plant, right? New ideas you're going to plant and that are going to thrive and grow. It's also a card of the spring, a new beginning, and it's a one, so it's leadership as well. And then the Hermit. And the Hermit's really interesting because there's no iconography in the card yet. It's such a deep card. So the Hermit, the Hermit is like a solo journey. The Hermit is really about being a scholar. It's about knowledge. It's about learning something. It's about digging deep, digging deep. And what he discovers is his own light. And it's his own light that leads him out of the darkness. Really interesting. So, you know, personally, you know, because I make it personal, because I'm self-centered. It's like maybe I needed to do it today because I've sort of learned my lesson about floating around in the dark, and I'm letting my light lead me out and give me new inspiration, new hope, new ideas, which I do have new ideas. I always have new ideas. Yeah, the empath is here, the great empath of the deck, truly. And she's also the mother. She's also the mother. So there's a tender, comforting, understanding, listening sort of energy, but also paying attention to your, because I already have two cards. I have three cards of like listen to your voice already. There's also a bird in the building. My apartment in New York was really quiet. I mean, it had its problems, but it was super quiet, almost strangely quiet. And then I have the King of Pentacles, who knows about security, knows about how to spend his time, knows how, like, the value of time. Interesting, right? And also, how to make money. Like, he's the businessman. Okay. Yeah, I think you've released yourself. I think this was actually, sort of being overwhelmed, being like, there's nowhere to go. I don't know which way to go. And the interesting thing about this card, too, it's a 9, it's attainment. And the thing about that card is I always understand it as he's at this point in battle and he's surrounded. And it's, sometimes in your life, you're able to like stop and pause and like look around and see, kind of what's constricting you. You kind of see what's constricting. It's almost like a slow motion. It's almost like you're watching a movie and they, how sometimes in a movie they'll do a certain scene in slow motion to like for you to really take it in. And it's kind of like that. It's like I see the way I've been surrounded and I feel really overwhelmed, like I got a headache in a way. And so now is the decision is, do I just get out of here? Do I leave this scenario, right? Or do I stay to fight another day? Is this worth fighting for? Or do I just, there's a line in the sand in this one. It's like, I'm not really sure. Let me see what the next card says. Manifest desires. I think he gets out. I think he just like says, okay, I'm overwhelmed by these thoughts, these feelings, this situation, and I'm just going to make my way out of it, right? Almost like, like the reeds in a way, getting out of the reeds. I never described it like that. And then here we go. This is the one, another one beginning. So the Magician is a really powerful card. The Magician is really the first one who's incarnated in the deck because the Fool is not incarnated yet. The Magician is the one, he's the leader. He understands that he has a direct connection with the higher source. He has all the tools he needs at his disposal. He knows how to use them. He understands the eternity of his soul, and he understands his connection. It's not even a connection. It's like, oh, I have a connection to God. It's like I am of God. I am of the creation. And being of the creation, I too am a creator. That's the understanding. The other thing about the Magician is that he's very verbal. So he says something and it comes to pass. It's this energy of I am. I am. And I've told you about an exercise in the past where you stand in front of the mirror, you put your hand by your sacral center, which is, the orange one. It's right below your belly button. It's creativity, sexuality. And you bring it up. I am successful. I am loved. I am beautiful, whatever. And I find that when I actually did that exercise yesterday, I find that, let's say I have a script of like 3 things I want to say. I find that as you start doing it, other stuff like comes up like almost out of you. And it's like, oh, I didn't realize that I felt that way about myself or that I need to feel that way about myself. All right. I haven't even had that much coffee. I'm feeling really like, da, 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 da. And then I have the sun, abundance, clarity, abundance, clarity, nourishment. Great card, a great card. Queen of Swords, I have a new vision. I've cried my tears. I have a clear vision of where I'm going and I'm going to get there. A woman of loss, really interesting. It's like she acknowledges the loss. She acknowledges the things that didn't work, the thoughts that didn't work, maybe the heartache, maybe, or, a business ends, a situation is different, an experience is done. And it's like, I've taken that in. I understand it. I'm a queen. I have patience and I have a new vision, and nothing is going to stop me from getting there. All right. It's really loud today. I like to do them at night for that reason, but I just don't have the time this week. I have a lot of videos to make toward wealth, toward abundance, toward dynasty. It's so interesting because this is the next card coming up. And I've been really contemplating this card, for the Tarot Tuesdays. This is really about, it's the angel Raphael. It's just my second angel, but it's this energy of like knowing. There's an energy of fulfillment here. There's an energy of rebalance, but there's an energy of like self-trust, sometimes you get overwhelmed by a problem or a situation or something in your head. And, you don't feel that, a little bit like this, you don't feel like there's a way out and all that. And this is like a self healing, really. It's like a self healing, a rebalancing, and like a way to move forward. But there's this energy of like healing oneself. And, healing oneself could also be involved in calling in your guardian angel, calling in your higher self, calling in people. But that's just part of the process, right? It's like if you want to take a bath, you need water, you need, like a bubble bath thing, that's part of the whole ritual of it, right? Candle, maybe. I don't have a bath, I only have a shower. It's a nice shower though, so it's less to clean. So there's an energy of self-healing. Yeah. Yeah. Taking care of oneself, being really practical with money, being really practical with finances. She's practical, she's self-nurturing. She's also giving. And it's three queens. So queens, the energy of queens is patience. Patience. You took the action, it'll come together when it comes together. Trust it. You have two angels here. We have Raphael and Gabriel. So if sometimes when we're unsure or a little bit like, I don't really know what the next move is. Raphael, what's the next move? Show me, tell me, help me feel it. Gabriel, what's the message you have for me? It's a really nice reading. All right. You incorporated your lesson. You're ready to move forward into something new and fertile. Your light is guiding you toward wealth and abundance. You're self-healing. You've released yourself from the prison of your own mind. That's what I want to say today. You have knowledge of how to be secure and knowledge of the value of time. Your empathic abilities are on high. You are manifesting your desires toward clarity, toward abundance, toward wealth, toward joy, toward nourishment. The past is done, and you have a new vision to move forward. And it's very self-nurturing and practical. Really lovely. Really lovely. Those are my children. That's Mr. Teddy. I know he looks like a girl, but he's not a girl. Don't ask. And that's Mr. Mono. Just so you know. Blessings.